All right, guys. This video is an updated version of the one I did last year. Body counts still matter in 2026. Now, me doing what I normally do, research on YouTube, came across a channel and basically had a discussion about the dating market. You know, it had a group of men one side, a group of women on the other side. So, you already know, at some point, the host brought up body count, and does that matter? What's your thoughts? So, of course, the women, they came up with excuses. This is the thing. None of them came up with a supportive reason for body count, right? Like, as far as, yeah, you know, it does matter. None of them say, yeah, it's important to have a low body count. None of them came to that conclusion. None of them wanted to admit having a high body count, it automatically drops, your score drops in the dating market. Your value drops. None of them wanted to admit that. This one particular lady, not throwing nothing in her face, you know, sometimes stuff happens. I told you guys before, I dated several girls who fell victim to, you know, to attempted or to SA. This one lady, she was talking everything was sounding good at first, and then they came around to the body count. She said, oh, you know, I was SA'd at a young age. Fair enough, understand. Then she turned around and said, yeah, you know, I had my most body counts when I was 13 to 16. Whoa. So automatically she was SA'd, you know, as a little girl. But where I lost respect for her is when she brought up she had the most body count. Her highest body count was between the ages of 13 and 16. I know this is a new time, you know, I understand, you know, it's a new era, you know. When I was 13 to 16, I was riding my bicycle. I was playing freeze tag, football, basketball, you know, was playing video games. I'm pretty sure, you know, whether you have one or not, you're aware of a Super Nintendo or a Sega Genesis. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you know about that. That's what we was doing. It was watching some wrestling, you know, every now and then, you know. That's what I was doing. I don't know, you know, me and my brother, me and my friends, you know, our group, the kids in our community, in our neighborhood, that's what we was doing. So, you know, I don't know. I'm not judging you. You know, hey, you guys, I'm just giving you the information. Do with it what you will. 13 to 16, never knew nothing about it, never cared about it, never was around it. But apparently this lady, she's in her 30s now, was getting bent over at the ages of 13 to 16, like she said out of her own mouth. That was the biggest, that's where she racked up the most bodies, when she was 13 to 16. So there you go. Let me put this in before I carry on the conversation. When I was in middle school, true fact, I was going to the principal office, I had to pick up some paperwork or something from my teacher. I had to basically ran an errand for my teacher. On the way to the office, there's the nurse's office right next to, it's right before you get to the office. On the way to the office, I had to pass it up, the door was open, and you hear the conversation whether you want to or not. I'm just, whatever, this kid is going to the office, doing what I told. I heard the principal say, so what are we gonna do? And the nurse said, well, she's pregnant, so, you know, she is pregnant. I ran the test, so I don't know what else to say. And within that week, I never saw that girl again. Like they got rid of her. That's exactly what happened. So I'm like, what? Me, a kid, you know, I'm hearing this stuff. I don't understand what's going on. So the nurse out of her own mouth said, well, you know, she's pregnant. I tested her already. And the principal was like, well, what are we gonna do from here? So anyway, they end up getting rid of her. Spanish girl, not trying to shame nobody, just telling you guys what is that. Just telling you guys what happened. And I'm in middle school. I think I was like a 7th grader at that point. I was like 7th grade at that time. But anyway, that's what happened. Matter of fact, no, let me take that back. I was in elementary. Was it elementary? No, I was in middle school. I remember that. I was in middle school. Yeah, I was in 7th grade, so that's exactly what happened. So that's the first time I ever heard about, anybody being pregnant, believe it or not, let alone a kid. So that's what happened. So she was racking up bodies, and they was all trying to defend themselves having high body count. Just keep this in mind, right? If someone called me an African booty scratcher, now it's either gonna do two things. It's gonna be upset, or I'm gonna ignore it. But the thing about it is, if I'm an African booty scratcher, if I do that day to day, that's who I am, that's my identity. It is what it is, right? I'm not gonna really feel ashamed. Like, hey, that's why I'm an African booty scratcher. But anyway, here's a better example. If I'm a crackhead and someone calls me a crackhead and I know I'm not a crackhead, it's gonna offend me. It's gonna piss me off. But if I am a crackhead, that's not gonna offend me, because it is what it is, right? Like say, oh, he likes fruit roll-ups. Oh yeah, okay, I like fruit roll-ups. I'm gonna own it. Like, yeah, that's what I do. I like fruit roll-ups. I buy it by the box, man. I can't get enough of it. I love fruit roll-ups. But if I have something against fruit roll-ups and someone keeps accusing me of being a fruit roll-up supporter, I'm gonna be upset. So there you go. All of them was uncomfortable because all of them had high body counts. What's a high body count, AMA? Me personally, anything over 1 is a high body count. You know what I mean? But to be fair, anything over 3, you had 3 partners or whatever. Hopefully you guys been in a long relationship. I don't know. But me personally, 1 is too many. And then you can go from there. It comes down to the individual. So if you have more than 3, I'm already looking at you funny. You know what I mean? This is what it is. So that's just me. A guy in the actual conversation, he literally said, oh man, it don't matter to me. She can have 100 bodies. It all come down to her mind. I'm like, he one of them, he one of them. It all comes down, did she grow? Did she mature past that? And I'm like, okay, that's fine. Cause I'm not shaming him, because at the end of the day, whatever you like, that's what you like. Like I said, I don't shame guys for liking fat backs. If that's what you like, that's what you like. I'm not shaming you. So this particular guy, obviously he's down bad because he was willing to take this female no matter how high her body count was. So you already know what's gonna happen with him. None of the females is gonna talk to him, because like I tell you guys all the time, females like dudes that don't like them. So if you're a simp like him saying that, oh yeah, she can have 100 bodies, I'll still marry her, none of the females gonna talk to him. That's just reality. So all the females are uncomfortable. They started trying to attack the guys, even though the guys didn't say nothing, but they tried to make it seem like the guys was the bad person, the bad people in the conversation. Oh, you shouldn't have to judge me if I had it's none of your business. This is something they try to do. They try to shame you, right? For you asking the question. Again, that's why I'm not gonna date a woman that's my age or older. No, because I already know what the average female be doing. I used to be out there with them. So I'm not gonna date a female my age or older. I'm not doing that. Now we can hang out, Netflix and chill, Hulu and do you, but that's about it. But I'm just telling you guys what it is. So body counts, I understand this. Listen, man. A guy can sleep with 100 women, he's not gonna change. A female can sleep with 100 guys, it's gonna mess all of them. Keep telling you all the time, we leave our DNA in her whether you want to or not. It's always gonna be in her, bro. It's gonna be a part of her DNA now. So that's why the females are acting all crazy, because they had so many different partners raw dogging them. And if they give them unlimited blowjobs and they swallowing, it goes straight to their brain. Don't believe me? Look it up. Look up what happens to male semen in a female body. It's not like you drink a couple beers, you have a hangover, get over it the next day. No. When we deal with them kind of females, our DNA stays in them forever. So it messes them up because they got so many different strands of DNA in them, and they all acting all crazy, and let alone they start having kids by different guys. That's a wrap. That's the thing about it. The more guys that sleep with that one female, the lesser her chances of actually pair bonding with a guy. Look at the porn stars, for example. Now I'm gonna say this too. The average female and porn stars, they got the same body count. If anything, the females got more body counts than the porn stars, because they're scheduled to shoot with so many guys. And on top of that, at some point in time, they tend to sleep. But they normally sleep with the same guys over and over again. So you can't really count that. You can't count that. Okay, she been with 100 dudes. Yeah, but out of the 100, she only slept with 30 different dudes. You know what I mean? It's like that. Compared to a regular female, she sleep with literally 100 dudes. Compared to a porn star, she might have 100 scenes, but that's not necessarily to say she sleeps with 100 dudes, even though, the longer they be in the industry, the more dudes they sleep with. But a regular female compared to a porn star sleeps with way more dudes than a porn star, because they're sleeping with random dudes at any given time, at any given day. They don't have breaks, whether it's four or five guys a night, which I heard stories about that, or it's so many guys per week or whatever, right? But anyway, the more guys she sleep with, the less chance she has to pair bond with that guy. What's that? Mia Khalifa, the Indian porn star chick. She got married. He tried to be a captain, saved the hoe, and she ended up divorcing him, and she back out there. Well, she always been on the streets. Now she back out there on the streets. It's so many porn stars later on in their career that a simp found them. They didn't find one. They just gave up, like, whatever, it is what it is. But a simp found them and tried to save them. And at some point in time, whether a year or two go by, the porn star always end up divorcing their husband every single time, because they don't have it in them. They've been doing that for so long, they don't know what it is to be with somebody day in and day out every day. They not used to. They used to 30 minutes, some dude running up in them and then getting up out of there. That's their lifestyle. It's not like these porn stars, after they get through with the shoot, they go to a whole family. Now, granted, a lot of them got kids, but as far as the actual whole family, that's very far in between. It's like rare. And on top of that, the kid's father, because at some point in time, whether the dude is a cunt or he trying to just accept it, because he's like, oh man, she's a porn, she's so hot, I'm gonna deal with a lot of dudes trying to do that because, oh man, I'm just really, and you're not in love because you don't even fucking know it. You just head over heels for it. You lusting over it. But at some point in time, he's seeing her videos and dude is running through her on the regular, not giving a shit about her, not taking her out on dates. She over there smiling, all kind of shit. And at some point in time, it gets to the dude, he end up losing it. He either take her life, which happens a lot. He either take her life or everybody's life, or he just end up leaving. So, for a guy to be in that relationship, unless he in the industry, if he just a regular old dude, he'll never make it. He can't handle the simple fact that she's still in porn and more dudes keep running through her and not giving a fuck about her, while the whole time he over there trying to make love to her, this and that. She that's gone. She been left that behind. The first scene she did, that's over with. She don't know nothing about love. All she knows about is this is how to be a porn star. That's it. Outside of that, it's outside of an element. She don't know how to handle it. They always freak out. They always end up destroying their relationship every single time. But that's the thing about the high body count. It's just they got so many different strands of different guys' DNA in them. And on top of that, the guys they deal with, knowing the time they deal with the bad guys and the guys beating on them and treating them bad, so they become accustomed of being treated like trash. So they get a normal guy that come through there that treat her nice, bring her flowers, take her out to eat, rub her feet. She don't know how to handle it. She'll end up building. They always mess up them relationships every single time. And then they get back online 20 years later, after 26, they done. Talking about, oh, it's hard for me to find a good man. Nah, you don't want a good man. And now, what they really want to say is they want a simp. That's all they want, bro. They just want a simp. And keep in mind, it's because you come through and you take care of her, she's still going to be out there home because she's been doing that for so long. A lot of these guys try to transform her into something. She don't want to be a better female. She don't. She used to the lifestyle she living. You either going to be a part of it or not. But if you try to change her, you're going to mess it up every single time. Because they don't want that. If they wanted it, they would have been got married. I tell you guys all the time, they would have been got married in their prime. Why they look to get married now after they decline? Because they down and out. They down bad. They look for a simp. They still gonna keep hoeing. That's all there is to it. So, guys, if you've been dealing with women long enough, you don't even have to ask her what's her body count. Because this is the thing about it. You got some good actors out there, but at the end of the day, they're not pros. They can't act forever. Now you're gonna have the females. I tell you, I'm not saying a female that's past her prime don't take her serious. I'm not saying that. But overall, if she was a good lady, why is she not married? Why is she not in a committed relationship? Why is she always single? That's what I'm telling you guys. So at a certain age, she's still single. It's her, bro. It's her. She's the problem. That's all I'm telling you guys. So anyway, I'm gonna tell you this. You could ask her. If it's on your mind, ask her. I tell females all the time, you talk to, listen, if you got something on your mind, you need to tell me, because I ain't no mind reader. If we can't communicate, it ain't gonna work out. Tell them that from the jump. So if you that guy, if you want to know about it, ask her, bro. Don't let her manipulate you and nothing like that or try to shame you. Nah. If you want to ask her a question, ask her a question. Now, if she get offended, that's on her. Obviously, if she get upset, you already know what it is. It's over 3,000, you know what I'm saying? What's that Vegeta said? Was it over 2,000? Well, y'all know what the Dragon Ball reference. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Whatever he said. But it's over 3,000. Anytime a female get upset, if you ask for a body count, you don't even need to know the exact number. You already know it's well past the number that you would have let slide. You're like, okay, I'm cool with that number. It's way past that number that you're cool with. Like I say, 3 is the max for me, and that's pushing it, right? But I understand, this is life. We live in life, right? But that's my standards. Your standards might be 15. The next dude's standard might be 30. And then the other dude's standard may be, he don't have a standard for body count. He don't care. As long as she with him, that's all that matters. That's fine. Live your own life. Don't live your life based off on me. Like certain decisions I make is because I decided to make. I'm not gonna make a decision and then be like, yeah, no, I'm just telling you what you can do, give you the best advice I possibly can. When we come out of this body count thing, that's on you. Now, if you want a virgin, we'll get you a virgin. If you want a chick who just like to use, just, you know what I'm saying? If you want a straight up certified hoe, go do that. It's nothing wrong with it. That's your life. Live it, man. That's all I'm telling you. But at the end of the day, if you've been dealing with females long enough, you know she a hoe. You know if she a hoe or not. At the end, because I deal with several chicks like that, man. I know she a full-blown hoe. Her phone keep blowing up. It won't stop ringing off the hook. She constantly getting text messages. It is what it is. But she, like Kobe said, she my hoe now. It's my turn. If you don't want to deal with the hoes, I understand that. I'm not saying go do it, but that's just how I was, I was getting down back then. Like, yeah, I know she hoe shit, but she my hoe now. It's my turn. And then whenever that ride stops, oh well, on to the next. It is what it is. So, some of you guys just be so hard on, oh, she gotta be a virgin, she gotta be pure, she gotta be perfect. Yeah, ain't nobody perfect out here, man. That's reality. Now, if you want a virgin, get you a virgin, but at the end of the day, every female ain't walking this earth this pure. This is reality. Now, some chicks are short term, some chicks are just a wham bam, thank you ma'am, and some chicks are just forever. You're gonna run across all that through life. It's up to you if you want to go ahead and dabble in those different, the different pools. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. It's living. Like, if you got a chick who like you, she want to hang out with you, oh well, I'm gonna hang out. That's cool. Because no matter what, you want a chick who like you. You don't want it to be chased after, oh, here's some money, you a brand new. Don't do that, man. You always gonna be at the bottom. Never do that with no female. Get with a female who like you. Now, it may not be long term, but oh well, just enjoy your time with her. But like I tell you guys, man, that body count in 2026 and forever will always matter. Never let a female try to shame you or manipulate you. Oh, a real man won't deal with you, I guess. If you feel offended by that, that's what I'm telling you. So, it is what it is. The same females is asking you about how much money you make. They demand you to buy them this, buy them that, but they get all twisted up when you ask them what's their body count. I actually asked one chick that I was messing with, and she literally told me she was struggling to keep up with the count. So it was way past 40. That was years ago. So, I already knew what kind of female she was. Hanging out with her, she know what it is. Hanging out with her, whatever. And she was counting. She's like 46. She lost count at the 50. And she been doing that since high school, I believe. So probably before then. But I'm gonna give her high school the benefit of the doubt. But anyway, it is what it is. Like I say, will it change? Will it help you decide if you're gonna deal with it or not? I'm gonna tell you this: it's not gonna deter me from talking to her, but it will change. How I will carry, how I will go along with this relationship. Like I say, whether it's short term, one night stand, long, whatever. But it will determine how I'm gonna carry on this this relationship with her. That's all I gotta say. So, find out she a bad girl, okay, hey, I ain't getting married anyway, but I ain't about to marry her, so I'm just gonna have fun with it. We're gonna go on with that, But if she a good girl, then okay, now I can start trying to plan a future with her. That's all I'm saying. I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, she slept with 20 guys. I'm gonna, nail her to the cross and burn her. Nah, we're not doing that. But I know moving forward, I'm not gonna take her serious. All I'm gonna do is just hang out with her, spend time with her. I'm not gonna treat her bad. Well, I believe I don't treat her bad, but anyway, I told you guys before, man, I'm the problem, so get over it. But like I say, it's not automatically gonna turn me away from her, but I will make a decision on how I will treat her moving forward. You know what I mean? Okay, well, she ain't nothing serious, but I'm still gonna hang out with her, or she's something serious. Let me go ahead and develop an actual relationship with her. We can go ahead and build off of that. That's all I'm saying. So for the guys who get yucked out about it, at the end of the day, that's you, bro. I'm not saying go for it or whatever like that. It's your life. Live it how you live it. But at the same time, if you got a question you want to ask her, go ahead and ask her, bro. Listen, man. Never let nobody shame you for wanting to ask a question. They told us that in school. If you got a question, ask the question. You know what I mean? We're not mind readers, so don't let no females try to shame you because you want to know her body count. And I'm gonna tell you this: after you deal with enough females, it don't even matter because you don't know that she slept with a lot of dudes. I'm gonna say that too. It don't matter if it's 100 or 200, because after a certain number, like I say, 3, I already know what I'm gonna do with you. This is the honest truth. You know what I mean? Not saying you don't have no good girls. They had a couple more bodies, but for the most part, good girls don't get around like that. I'm telling you, you're gonna get your feelings hurt if you're a female. You're probably dealing with one. They got a high body count, and you watching this video. You're probably next to it. That's your fault. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter exactly how many you have. All I know is I know you got around a lot. That's all that matters. I know that for a fact. So I'm just gonna take that and move accordingly. Just move accordingly to it. So it don't. You can lie. I'm just gonna lie and say that's fine because you're gonna slip up anyway. You're not gonna say 2. You're gonna say 20. Oh, okay. Like that's a great number. That's a terrible number. I need you in single digits, ma'am. Under 5, really under 4. I'm gonna be honest. Like I told you guys, 3 is pushing it with me. 3 is pushing it with me. That's all I'm telling you guys. That's me. That's my personal experience. Some guys don't care. Some guys got a certain number. Me, after 3 is like, I'm gonna start looking at you funny. Now, the females that may come across this video maybe 2-3 years down the line and leave a nasty comment, oh well. Only one married is you. So anyway, I'm telling you guys right now, it is what it is. If you want to know, ask her. If you try to shame you or whatever like that, at the end of the day, that she letting you know that she got a high body count. Do with that what you will. You gonna take her serious or you not? That's on you. But anyway, if you got any questions and concerns, leave them down below. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. And no matter what, I'll take your peace, your pockets, and your purpose.